Welcome guys to another reading on my channel, The Wisdom of Intuition. In today's video, we are going to take a look at your strengths. So what are your strengths, what are you good at, and what's the best qualities that you possess? We have 3 different piles today. You can choose by choosing a crystal or by the image on the card. We have pile 1, Jade Crystal, and the card Tiny Triumphs. We have pile 2, SHIVA Lingam, and the card No Rain Today. And last but not least, we have yellow calcite with the card Listen. You know the drill, guys. If you need more time to pick your pile, you can now pause the video, do whichever ritual you usually do, and if you already know which pile is your pile, I'll see you there. Welcome pile 1 to your reading. You have chosen the Jade Crystal and the card Tiny Triumphs. First we're going to do is I'm going to read you what the little book that came with the card says about your card and how it ties in with your strengths, and then we're going to pull some more cards and see what are your strengths, what are your best qualities. So let's see. We have 21, Tiny Triumphs. Attitude, belief, power of perseverance. A big mouse dressed as a circus trainer is holding a small eagle. The situation is inverted. The predator is small and the prey is big. This card urges us to believe in ourselves. Don't ever think you're too small or too outmatched in a situation. Inner size is what matters. Think back to a time when you felt good about an achievement. Don't give up now. With patience and hard work, you will triumph in the end. Such a beautiful card, pile 1, and it tells us right off the bat that you are somebody who has this inner power, inner belief in yourself. You're somebody who knows how to think of tiny little wins that you've had in your life, and you have the ability to utilize those little wins in some major decisions you have to make in your life. So any obstacle you may come across, you treat it as if it's something you've already overcome, regardless of its size. You make it passable or surmountable. Let's call it like that, okay? So you have this ability to tackle any task, any problem, any challenge with the mindset of, I'm dealing with something that is smaller than me. If I have the right approach, I can do whatever I want here. I can find a way to win. And this card for me is your biggest strength, pile 1. Because you are true to yourself, you're true to your inner belief that you are capable, that you are the winner in the end, and you do have all that it's necessary for you to become the winner, to actually benefit from each and every situation you find yourself in. You always end up being the winner. And you are the type of person who can face your fears quite easily, because you've probably done it many times and you now already have the experience of being bigger than any of your fear. And this is why I feel a lot of people actually admire you, because you seem so brave to them. You seem so courageous. But little do they know that you are somebody who probably had a lot of situations in which you had to become bigger than your fears. You had to level up and step up in order to be where you are today. And this has built you into a person who now has confidence, who now is assured of themselves. You're sure of yourself and what you're capable of. And you know that with enough effort and compassion and enough resources that you already have, you can definitely achieve a lot. So this is pile 1, definitely your biggest strength. What I'm also getting from this card is that you are not the type of person who is jealous. You can celebrate other people's victories, you can celebrate other people's success, and you are somebody who always looks for those little successes, those little things that you were successful at, and use those to confirm that you are successful. You are not the type of person who sets a high goal, and unless you achieve that high goal, you will not feel successful or sure of yourselves. You are quite the opposite. You take each and every single win and turn it to your advantage to make you feel like you are worthy, like you are capable. And this is the mindset that helps you become extremely successful in life. Let's see what else. So what are your strengths, pile 1? What do we need to know here? What are pile 1's strengths? We have number 8 in reverse, I think. Yes, strength in reverse. Good. Sometimes I'm not sure if these cards are reversed or upright, because the deck, even though I use it often, it's just not sticking with me for some reason, and I always have to check. So we have strength in reverse. What are your strengths? Interesting, strength in reverse. And we have the Ace of Wands. This is upright, that much I do know. So you see how the girl and the lion are like under this devil here? It's like you, even though you are bigger than your fears, you still do your due diligence. You act with modesty. You're a very kind person, and you never feel pretentious to people. So you know your place, you know how much you're capable, but you're not bragging about it. And your approach to things is always modest. You go with modesty. You put yourself in the shoes of somebody who can learn from any situation, and you never take things for granted. And in a way, you put yourself in a pupil, in a student's position, even though you might be bigger than the person that is giving you a certain lecture or life lesson or anything that comes across with you. I feel like you always take this position of, I can learn something from this. Even though you might have heard it like 1,000 times, you always put yourself in the shoes of somebody who knows that this encounter might bring something new, some new information, some new wisdom, and you pay attention. You don't think you're the cleverest person in the room. Even if you did, you wouldn't show it to other people. You would put yourself in the shoes of somebody who's always learning. And I feel this is definitely a personality trait that will get you far in life. And with the Ace of Wands, I do feel like you are somebody who has a lot of ideas, who has a lot of goals and aspirations for yourself in life. And with that, and with this mentality that we see here, I feel like you could be a good leader one day. You could be a person that really motivates other people, who inspires other people to do maybe the same thing that you were able to do, or maybe just be more fearful, more courageous in their lives. So I feel like you, pile 1, can be a true inspiration. Maybe you can be a life coach or maybe a motivational speaker, but I do feel like your example and your approach to life will be a role model for a lot of other people. Let's see what else. What are your strengths, pile 1? What do we need to know? We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. So what I'm getting from this is that everything you are creating, everything that you try to manifest or make or just embody, anything you do is with the ultimate intention of having a happy and fulfilled life. So you're not trying to step over other people. You're not trying to take everything selfishly for yourself, I feel like everything you are creating is guided towards a fulfilled life, whether that is through connections, through relationships, or just happy and harmonious friendships. It can be anything. But I feel like your end goal is to really be happy about where you're at, about what you have, and what type of experiences you have in your life. And this is the ultimate drive for you, Pal One. This is what I'm getting. You truly want to have a high quality life, whatever that means for you. For somebody, it may be a luxurious life where you have a lot of money. For others of you, it can be a happy, stable family, maybe a lot of children. For others of you, it can be a prosperous career. Maybe for some of you, it can be, I don't know, like traveling the world. It can be anything, but it has to give you fulfillment. And that is the ultimate goal that you are striving for. And everything you do, all the strengths you have are supporting that to happen, to become your reality. And I feel like this element of having good relationships and having pleasant experiences is key for you, Pal One. It's a necessary, it's a prerequisite. It's not something you are willing to negotiate on. And because of that, I feel like everything you're doing for the benefit of not only yourself, but everyone around you. And this is one more quality or strength that you also possess. And let's pull 2 more cards, or maybe 3, we'll see. And half of them just flipped over, which I did not want. Let's see, what are your strengths? Something else we need to hear about you, Pal One. What are your strengths? All chance gives us a boost, so why not take the chance to enjoy the view? Exactly, this is what I was saying here. You find all situations like a chance to improve, chance to learn something new. And this is why you don't give up the pretentious vibe. You're always learning and striving for more. And with every encounter you have, you improve. Well, have you made your choice? Easy. I choose love. Exactly. Love, connections, harmonious relationships. We already established that that is your end goal. And this will always be your driver, your ultimate drive towards what you want to go. If stinginess was natural, had all these flowers not existed. So you're definitely not a stingy person. Like I said, you celebrate other people's success. And you know that if everyone blooms, you will bloom as well. So you're the type of person that knows that you are not an isolated island, that you are coexisting and you are interlocked with other people. So if other people benefit, you will benefit as well. If you benefit, other people will benefit as well. So you are not a stingy person, you're not a jealous person. Moreover, you are somebody who likes to share their success, share their wealth, share their resources and love and everything you have. My dear Pal One, this was such a beautiful reading. I gotta say, you seem like a wonderful person, and don't never allow anything to change that about you. Until next time, Pal One, bye. Welcome, Pile 2, to your reading. You have chosen the Shiva Lingam crystal and the card No Rain today. We'll start off by reading from the book that comes with this oracle cards to see your message about your strengths, and then we're going to pull more cards to see what are your strengths, your qualities, what is the best about you, Pile 2. Let's see. We have number 37. No rain today. Comfort, positive view of life, energy, and shine. In this card, we see the sun banishing a crying cloud. There will be no rain today. The sun gives warmth and comfort. Her rays grant life and strength. They chase away grief and loss. On dark days, turn your face towards the sun and let the shadows fall behind you. Slip on your dancing shoes, if only for a moment, and let the energy move through your body. Surround yourself with positive, happy people to foster an environment where you can shine. This is a perfect card for you guys, because what I can tell from this is that you are the one that always give people comfort. You give them always a positive outlook on any situation they may face. You are such a caring person that everybody just wants to come to you and share their story. You are probably also somebody who has been through a lot, and you have a lot of life wisdom to share. And you have so much empathy because you've probably been in their shoes before. You've probably had situations earlier in life which resemble to the situations those people are going through. And you can give them understanding, you can give them acceptance, and you can give them comfort, as we already said. And I feel like you have this tendency to always make people laugh, no matter how hard of the situation they're going through, no matter how hard it feels on them, no matter how much it weighs them down. You always find a way to bring a bit of humor in to the picture, and it gives people some type of an emotional release. You're just such a fun and loving person to be around that I feel like you are radiating this positive energy that people are just simply drawn to you. And I feel like this might be definitely your best quality, your biggest strength that you possess. But let's pull some more cards to see what else. What are your strengths, pile 2? What are your strengths? I have to mention, because I'm getting this message strongly now, with the Shiva Lingam, this stone is a beautiful one because it represents the equilibrium between the yin and the yang energies. It's in perfect balance, and this crystal doesn't require you to clean it because it cleans itself. Because it's in such balance, there's always this beautiful dance between the yin and the yang. It has reached its optimal state. And this is what I'm getting for you. You've been through the ups and downs. You've been through a lot of turmoils in your life, and you found that perfect spot, that equilibrium. You've learned how to dance with life's peaks and lows. And this is what makes you such a beautiful person. This is because this is the reason why you have this type of wisdom that everybody wants to hear from you. Because you've been through it all, and you found that perfect sweet spot between extremes, and you know how to navigate the two. What are your strengths, pile 2? What do we need to know here? What are your strengths? We have the High Priestess in reverse. Beautiful energy. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is that you, pile 2, are not a show-off. You're not a person who brags about how much knowledge you have, how many situations you've been through. You're not condescending here. That's maybe the biggest thing that's coming through. You're somebody who lies low, who's very quiet, who keeps to themselves. But you have this quiet authority emanating from you. It's like you're not talking a lot, but when you talk, people listen. You are not the one that will be the life of the party. You're not the one to always keeps the conversation going. You actually say less, but the meaning and the quality of what you say is more. And when you talk, people listen. Because you have this inner strength, this inner authority. And everybody wants to turn to you when they need your advice. They know that you are the person to turn to. Nobody is saying it out loud, but it's like a public secret. This is the person that you talk to when you have this type of problem. You are the biggest kept public secret ever. That's what I feel with you, pile 2. And everyone knows. It's like the elephant in the room that nobody addresses, but everyone knows it's there, but in a positive light here. That's not in a negative. You are that elephant. You are ever present. without everyone addressing it, but everybody knows you're here and everybody knows why they want to come to you. But it's not like it's publicly celebrated or, I don't know, mentioned all the time. It's something that is understood, something that just is, and we don't talk about it. Everybody knows about it. And with the Eight of Pentacles here, I feel like you are always improving in your life. Like you are very focused on your self-growth, on the quality of your life. You're focused on what matters to you. You're not dealing with other people's lives. You're not gossiping. You're not like peeking into anybody's business. You have your own things. You have your own life, and you are focusing on that. But still, you have enough empathy and acceptance for people who wish to share their story in order to get some practical advice. And this is what makes you great, because you're not judging people. You're not having secret agendas behind helping somebody. You're truly doing it because you are a genuinely nice person and you want to share your wisdom that you've acquired through a lot of different difficult situations that you've been going through. So that's a really, really nice thing of you, Pile 2. Let's see what else. What are your strengths? We have the Three of Cups. And the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Yeah, you're such a generous person. You value people. You value people's experiences. And it's like you understand that no matter what happens, the key thing is to remain true to yourself, to be very aware that people are important, that connections are important. And similar to Pile 1, you want to have harmonious relationships. And I feel like you know that by sharing what you have with other people is what makes life beautiful. You are not pushing yourself onto anybody, but you know that keeping everything to yourself doesn't benefit anyone. And this is why I feel that you indulge such a high status and such respect from other people, precisely because of this. And more than anything, you make people feel seen and heard. And that is sometimes the biggest gift that you can give to anyone. So kudos to you, Pile 2, because this is truly beautiful. And let's see what else, what might be another strength or quality that you possess. What do we need to know here? I love the person I am when I'm with you. Beautiful. I just keep saying beautiful in your pile, guys, because it truly is. The type of person you've become, the type of person you are, it's just amazing. I gotta say, amazing. You see here this person reading a story or a book to this other person. This is you. You are just so nurturing to other people. You're accepting them. You're giving them their safe space when they're with you. They feel like they can relax and open up to you because you are so motherly, let's say it like that. And this is definitely something that separates you from other people. This is what makes you truly shine. What else? I'm a real work of art. Me. Beautiful. I feel like it took you a long time, Pal, to really get to a place where you can appreciate your uniqueness, your differences, your maybe flaws that you have. And you've found a way to accept everything about yourself and really, truly cherish who you are as a person with all the qualities and the negatives, with all the good things and the bad things, with all the strengths and weaknesses that you might possess. You have accepted yourself, who you are as a person. And this is what allows you to accept everybody else without any judgment. And this is why they love you so much. And let's pull one more. If things don't go to plan, then it probably wasn't that great a plan to start with. So like I said, you have this way of dealing with other people through humor. First, you give them empathy and acceptance, but then soon after, you try to bring a bit of a humor into the situation to make the person laugh, because you know that laughter is the best medicine. And I truly feel like you have this way of broadening the perception of a person to let them see that if things didn't work out, it was probably the best way, because it might have brought the person to a worse state, to a worse situation than they are right at the moment. And in a way, you comfort people, you make them feel sure of the outcome, why something happened, and why that is the best thing that should have happened, regardless of what they may initially believe. And you do bring people a lot of peace. It's like they can come to terms with certain situations because they have talked to you and they have seen the bigger picture, and they can now continue on without regret. And this is what truly makes you amazing, pal, too. This was your reading, guys. I hope it helped, and I hope that I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this yellow calcite and the card Listen. First, we will read from the book that came with the oracle cards to see something about the strength that you possess, and then we'll pull more cards to find out more. So we have number 6, listen. Mindfulness, sensitivity, empathy. This young woman with closed eyes and knowing smile is rooted in the earth. Yeah. Her hair has just transformed into the roots of the plants above her. You can tell the woman is aware of her surroundings. She is connected to the voice of nature. She can listen to the growing plants beneath the ground. She is an integral part of her world. She understands the sorrows and worries of the environment. She also knows the songs of nature's pleasures. What a beautiful card. I mean, all are beautiful today, but this definitely has this beautiful message of how good of a listener you are, how good of a friend you are, how good of a partner you are, how perceptive you are of what's going on. And you have this gentle nature of not reacting. You are holding space for people, allowing them to vent, allowing them to be themselves, to be their best and their worst, and accepting them, holding them through that process. You do not judge, you do not give advice, you do not lead people, you only allow them to vent, to say out loud what's been troubling them and giving them the safe space to do it. And the best part is you are not having a reaction, a negative reaction to that, such as taking over their feelings, taking over their stress, etc., like other empaths do. You know how to ground yourself and how to transmute everything that comes your way, every single energy, feeling, thought that these people give towards you or send towards you while you're holding space. You know how to ground it, how to transmute it into something different. And this is your biggest strength, Pile 3. I gotta say, you are somebody who's deeply connected to nature. You're somebody who's very well grounded, down to earth. You're standing on your both feet on the ground. And you're allowing to be a conductor. You allow everything that flows through you to go through you and not to stick. So you allow people to get some type of release, but you're not storing it in yourself. So especially if you're doing some energy clearing work, if you're a therapist or any type of consultant or, I don't know, coach who works with a lot of people, or you get into a lot of interactions. Maybe you work on the phone, like maybe you're somebody who deals with a lot of people who have a lot of mental problems, and then you're on the phone that they can call and talk to somebody. You definitely have a lot of interactions with people, and it's like everybody's just throwing their things at you, everything they feel, everything that is frustrating them. You are the one that holds that. You're the recipient, but you know what to do with it. You don't carry it around with you as your baggage. You know how to let it go. And this is why people love coming to you. And that's your best quality, pile 3. Let's pull some more. What is pile 3's strength? What is pile 3's strength? What is their quality? We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. We have the Sun. Interesting. So definitely you guys are not the type of person that would make yourself in the center of attention. You're not the one that would be led towards what everybody else is doing. So you're not part of the crowd. You're always an observer. This is what I'm getting from this card. You're always on the side. You're not actively participating in anything that other people do. You just stand beside and you watch. You're the watcher. You're not active. You're not intertwined in any of what's going on. You simply observe. You're the observer. And then when anything meaningful happens, you are here to help people vent, to tell you what's going on, to release their frustration, but you have the bigger picture because you were not involved so heavily and subjectively into the situation. You can look at it with broader eyes, if that makes any sense to you guys. You have a more objective approach, and this is why you don't get emotionally aroused. You are like a steady anchor in the midst of a storm. And this is why people love coming to you. You don't get emotional because you're not emotionally invested. You are an observer, an outsider, let's say. And this is why things don't affect you as much. And this is why you're the perfect person to turn to in heavy and difficult situations. You have a clear head. And with the Sun here, I do feel like a lot of you also can work maybe with animals. That might be a big part of what you do. Maybe you're a veterinarian. Maybe you volunteer at a shelter. And you definitely find ways to reach animals, to be gentle with them. And if this is not animals that is the case here, then definitely you can speak to people's inner child. And you know how to approach the soft parts of them, the vulnerable parts of them that they will not usually be open to showing other people. They can show it to you because you create that safe space. Let's see what else. What are your strengths, file 3? We have the 2 of Wands. And we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So with this, what I'm getting is that you're somebody who deals with, let's say, bigger things in life. A lot of people who come to you have this mundane problems, typical issues, and then they vent about it. And you can listen because you are contemplating bigger things in life, maybe more spiritual, maybe more grandiose ideas. And this is where you usually find interest And everything people say and do is something you've probably overcome a long time ago. And in a way, you still have this ability to not think bigger of yourself because of it, and still let these people go through their own process. And you remember when you were in their shoes, when you had nothing, when you were incapable of finding your solution, when you were trying very hard but nothing seemed to work, and you really just needed somebody to listen to you, somebody that you can say, like, I'm having a tough time, I'm really broken, I'm sad, I'm angry, and just to be heard. And this is what you provide to people. You're giving them what you once needed so badly. And I think that's admirable, pile 3. That's truly admirable. Let's see what else. What are your strengths, pile 3? Marriage is like playing footsie. Sometimes it tickles, sometimes it rubs. Yeah. So I feel like you know that life can bring you beautiful things, and life will sometimes bring you more challenging things. And no matter what happens, having someone there means the world. And this is the approach you have. It's like everyone that comes to you to vent, to express themselves, you approach them as if they were your spouse. You've made a promise for the good and the bad, for rich and the poor, for sickness and health, and you are here for them. That's the kind of level of dedication that I'm getting from you, pile 3, which is unbelievable. What else? Sometimes expectations are higher than the idea itself. Yeah. You know that a lot of people have high expectations. You've had them as well. And life sometimes trimmed our wings. It knocked us down and made us see what's the reality. And I feel like you don't want to do that for people. You don't want to knock people down. Life will do that anyway. So you provide the safe place for when they are knocked down, that you can listen to them and give them comfort. And I feel like that's something you needed as well. And now you are providing that to people. And we have last card. In true friendship, the sense of togetherness multiplies. Yep. So maybe you were alone at times. Maybe you weren't alone in terms like you had nobody around you. Maybe you just felt like you were alone. Like there was nobody you can turn to talk to, or just share how you're feeling. And this is what you are giving to other people. And this is your biggest strength. You're just this big reservoir of I don't know how to even describe it. You allow people to fill your tank with everything they're carrying to lighten their load, but then you know how to empty that tank to be okay, not to carry it around with yourself. And that is truly a virtue, I gotta say, pile 3. Guys, this was your reading. I hope it helped. I hoped it was fun and interesting. And I hope that I will see you in the next reading. Bye, guys.